Christine is abruptly expelled from the Arist family, ordered to pack her belongings and leave by tomorrow morning. The weight of these words threatens to alter her destiny as a merchant forever. Despite the harsh decree, Christine's spirit shines brightly as she clutches a book filled with dreams and possibilities. Her determined smile hints at a new beginning, where her journey as a rising merchant lady is about to unfold. The story of her rise through registered mail-order commerce is just beginning. Lady Rose, caught off guard and questioning her actions, faces the cold judgment of the Marquis family. With a composed yet mocking smile, one noble declares that she has fulfilled all her duties as a daughter of their distinguished lineage, sealing her fate with an air of finality. Meanwhile, a mysterious figure in a mask watches on, adding an unsettling presence to the tense moment. Christine learns that she has been deemed unnecessary to the Marquis house and is ordered by her father to manage the southern branch starting next month. Meanwhile, the family prepares for the upcoming summoning of a new hero, backed by a royal decree to fully support this chosen individual. The weight of these changes signals a turning point in Christine's life and her role within the family. Christine is harshly reminded that only those with pure Arist blood are fit to serve the southern branch and entertain the hero. She is insulted for her elf heritage, being called filthy, and told she is lucky to even remain in the mansion as the child of a concubine. The cruel rejection deepens the sting of her family's cold dismissal. Christine is accused of scheming to position herself as a successor. While her siblings are favored to manage the family's branches, she denies these claims, frustrated by the prejudice against her demi-human heritage. Internally, she reflects on her brother's attempts to frame her, reminding herself of the noble ideals she must uphold despite the hostility. Christine faces the harsh reality that her expulsion has been sanctioned by the family head, Bluza, under Lady Rose's influence, who insists her own sons inherit the family legacy. Despite her father's affection for her and her mother, he cannot oppose Lady Rose's will. Resigned, Christine agrees to leave the royal capital, swearing on the Arist family crest as she prepares to pack her belongings and depart. Christine solemnly swears on the family's spirit-sealed tapestry to renounce her name and leave the royal capital within 3 days, accepting the painful consequences of breaking the magical contract. As she activates the contract, a cold farewell from Lady Rose and her son reminds her of the harsh reality she faces. Dismissing her with cruel indifference, despite the bitterness, Christine finds a strange solace in the hatred directed at her. Christine packs her few belongings, feeling a bittersweet relief at no longer having to face Lady Rose and her son. Though she regrets not saying goodbye to her father who is away on business, determined to stay resolute, she reminds herself not to dwell on her pain and to be decisive. Among her possessions, she treasures a mysterious grimoire left by her mother, which requires a special blessing to open. Christine reflects on the blessings her family has inherited, noting that while her brothers received powerful skills, she only inherited the elf blood blessing of spirit magic, one she never learned to use. Despite this, she treasures the mysterious grimoire left by her mother, even if she cannot read it yet. Suddenly, a familiar voice calls out to her, breaking her thoughts. Christine is approached by the loyal servant, who expresses regret for not being able to help her and asks if she is truly leaving. He presents her with a precious keepsake, a blue silver coin and a ring from the first master, entrusted to him to give as a token tied to the Marquis house. Grateful and touched, Christine thanks him and promises to convey his message to her father as she gently puts on the ring. Christine thanks Jester warmly and wishes him well as she notices the ring on her finger glowing faintly, wondering if it's just her imagination. With a determined smile, she prepares to leave the capital, ready to embark on a peaceful and leisurely journey ahead. 1 week has passed since Christine left the capital, and she has arrived at the bustling commercial city of Mercaberry. Reflecting on the spread of the hero sayings book and its cultural impact, she breathes in the fresh air, feeling the weight of new possibilities. With a calm resolve, she wonders aloud what her next steps should be. After completing the necessary procedures in the capital, she becomes an independent merchant under the name Christina Fail, combining her mother's elven clan name with the elf language version of her name. Though she currently has lodging secured thanks to a gift from her father, she knows she must earn money for living expenses and travel. With a plan to register with the local commercial guild, she eagerly decides to explore the town before her registration tomorrow. Christina marvels at the bustling marketplace. Amazed by the variety of shops, she approaches a merchant selling finely crafted weapons and jewels from distant desert cities. Intrigued by their beauty but uncertain of their value due to her limited commerce skills, wishing for a commerce-related blessing, she carefully examines a jeweled sword, captivated by its craftsmanship. Christina feels a sudden awakening as a blessing is granted to her, revealing the universal appraisal I secret art. Surprised, she realizes she heard a mysterious voice inside her head, signaling the start of this newfound power. Christina nervously asks the merchant if he spoke to her, but he denies it. As she focuses on the jeweled sword, her appraisal eye reveals it to be a short sword from the Flat Valley dungeon, merely an ornamental relic valued at 25 gold coins. Doubt and surprise fill her as she activates her newfound ability again, trying to grasp the truth behind the appraisal. Christina realizes that the appraisal eye now visually reveals the value of items instead of just hearing it in her head. She focuses on a ring labeled as the Flame Emperor's Guardian Ring, priced at 250 gold coins, and nervously asks the merchant about its price, her expression tense with anticipation. Christina eagerly agrees to buy the ring for just 5 silver coins, despite the merchant explaining it has no magical effect. Overjoyed, she calls it a treasure and thanks the merchant warmly. As she secures the ring in her item box, she nervously asks if she can use another blessing as well. Christina is astonished to see that her blessings have all been stored and listed in her item box at once, including the Universal Appraisal Eye, Otherworld Language, and Arist's Secret Art. She realizes this power is real, and that her newfound strength lies in her ability to think simply and clearly. Determined, she vows to make full use of these blessings to succeed as a merchant. Christina recalls the blessing needed to read the grimoire. Realizing it's the same one the blessing mother mentioned, she hurriedly returns home, clutching the book with a mix of determination and anxiety, knowing she must use the Otherworld Language and Arist's Secret Art blessings to unlock its secrets. Christina focuses intently, hoping that Otherworld Language blessing will finally allow her to read her mother's keepsake. As she presses her hand to the book, she hears the unmistakable sound of a lock clicking open, filling her with a mix of surprise and anticipation. As the grimoire's lock clicks open, a radiant light bursts forth, illuminating Christina's face with awe and wonder. Her eyes widen in amazement as the secrets within the book begin to reveal themselves, promising new knowledge and possibilities. Christina's eyes widen in disbelief as she reads the grimoire's opening page, revealing it to be a magical catalog mail order service called Shirley. She realizes this book-shaped department store allows her to order products from another world, and her excitement builds as she understands she's holding a legendary-class magic tool. Christina marvels at the grimoire's vast offerings, realizing she can easily understand the descriptions thanks to the Otherworld Language blessing. She discovers everything from food and precious jewels to seasonal limited items, and her eyes light up with excitement when she finds order-only ice cream. Overwhelmed with joy, she eagerly decides to place an order for the rare treat. Christina tries placing her order, but nothing happens at first. Realizing she missed a step, she carefully follows the instructions to deposit money by placing it on the grimoire's cover and declaring the charge. With renewed determination, she writes down the item number and confidently shouts her order, hoping this time it will work. Just as Christina wonders who could be knocking at such a crucial moment, a mysterious figure in an elaborate mask and uniform introduces himself as Persona, a representative from Shirley of Catalog Mail Order. Persona formally greets Christina, addressing her respectfully as Fail-sama and presenting a commemorative gift for her first order while accepting her order sheet. Christina is captivated by his commanding aura, feeling both nervous and intrigued. As she hands over the sheet, Persona mentions the product is already loaded on the carriage and will be brought immediately, leaving Christina to wonder if he is truly the merchant. Christina is overjoyed as Persona hands her the long-awaited package, confirming her order has truly arrived. When asked about payment, she opts for charge and promptly presents her grimoire. Persona swiftly confirms the payment with a confident smile, leaving Christina impressed by the seamless process. Persona presents Christina with a commemorative gift and the season's limited catalog, politely expressing his hope to serve her again. Christina, still in awe, reflects on how suddenly everything happened and confirms to herself that he truly was a merchant. She recalls the striking image of the pure white carriage that stood out as it departed. As the white carriage suddenly disappears, Christina is left in disbelief, questioning if it was all a dream. Determined to confirm reality, she eagerly opens the box to inspect its contents. Holding a container of ice cream, she marvels at the unfamiliar chocolate flavor and wonders if 62 copper coins is a reasonable price for such a treat. Curious about the mysterious, lightweight spoon, Christina eagerly takes a bite of the chocolate-flavored ice cream. Her eyes widen in surprise as she realizes just how delicious it is. Overwhelmed by the soft, melting sweetness, she savors the moment with pure delight. Christina is completely captivated by the chocolate ice cream, unable to resist its perfect blend of slight bitterness and sweetness that spreads pure happiness through her. She joyfully sprawls on the bed, overwhelmed by the delicious treat. Yet she knows ordering from another world is dangerously tempting. Determined to keep her precious discovery safe, she carefully stores the box in her item box, still savoring the feeling of happiness. Christina is startled as the mysterious ring suddenly pulls her in, determined and inspired. She vows to use the grimoire to become the greatest merchant in the country, confident that her incredible goods from another world will bring her great success. Christina Fail, expelled from her noble family, has started a new life as a traveling merchant. She mysteriously gained the ability to use Shirley's grimoire to order goods from another world. After setting up shop in Merca Valley, the first commercial city she reached, she stocked her store through catalog mail orders, preparing for her new venture. Christina eagerly prepares to open her shop, excited to showcase the unique and attractive foreign goods she's sourced from another world. To avoid confusion, she plans to present them simply as exotic imports. Among all the items, she holds a special featured product close, ready to reveal it to her customers. Christina proudly reveals a rare, timekeeping magic tool, once used by heroes and found only in churches and royal castles, now available through her catalog mail order. She marvels at the preciousness of the item and confidently prepares her shop for customers. With a bright smile, she announces the grand opening of Fail Shop, eager to welcome everyone. Christina enthusiastically calls out to potential customers, inviting them to come and see her unique goods. Despite her cheerful efforts, she quickly realizes that being located on the outskirts means no one is stopping by. Disheartened, she acknowledges the challenge of attracting visitors in this remote spot. Christina laments that all the prime spots in the central area were taken, leaving her with a remote location and a waiting game for customers. She eagerly calls out to passersby, inviting them to take a look at her stall, but they remain hesitant, realizing that strangers are reluctant to approach her unfamiliar stall. Christina contemplates a new plan to attract visitors. Christina warmly welcomes a curious man, explaining that she specializes in foreign dresses and accessories, including bracelets and rings. She presents a recommended product, a pocket watch, which leaves the man surprised and doubtful that such an item could be found at a stall like hers. Christina tries to stay confident, reminding herself that true product knowledge values the item itself, not its origin. The appraiser cautiously agrees to evaluate the pocket watch but insists he won't deal with anything problematic. When asked its worth, Christina hesitantly says 2 gold coins, but the appraiser is shocked, insisting the genuine timekeeping magic tool should be worth at least 20. Christina admits she mixed the pocket watch's value with another item, agreeing to accept 20 gold coins. The appraiser explains that even at double her purchase price, the cost ratio is only 50%, implying the product's true value is much higher. Realizing this, Christina decides to use her universal appraisal eye to revise all her prices accordingly. Christina realizes that every item she ordered has some kind of magic effect, making her understand she must confirm these effects before selling them. Overwhelmed but determined, she acknowledges this will take time and finally finishes her initial assessment, deciding to take a lunch break and come back with a new strategy for the afternoon. Feeling refreshed after her break, Christina prepares to start selling her items with a new plan in mind. She eagerly imagines the sweets she's brought: cream puffs, eclairs, and shortcakes, knowing they're universally loved and easy to sell since they lack magical enhancements. Aware that people hesitate to try unfamiliar things, she's ready to use this simple, appealing tactic to attract customers. Christina calls out to the kids nearby, promising them something really good to eat. When they hesitate, worried about money, she reassures them it's okay and offers a free sample. Just one bite, the kids' eyes widen with curiosity and excitement, confirming her approach is working perfectly. Christina patiently explains each sweet to the curious children, reassuring them they can really eat these unfamiliar treats. Encouraged, the kids take a cautious bite, their expressions lighting up with delight. Their enthusiastic reaction draws the attention of passersby, signaling a successful start to Christina's new selling strategy. The children excitedly realize they can try the sweets for free, their faces lighting up with delight and curiosity. Christina calmly assures them there's plenty to go around as they eagerly reach for the treats. Their enthusiasm quickly turns into determination, with some rushing off to get their parents to buy more, while Christina watches in awe at the powerful influence the kids have. Christina confidently explains the business strategy of taking a loss to gain a profit. Encouraging the children to bring adults over, curious adults approach, eager to try the sweets after seeing the kids' delight. With one woman politely asking for a sample, even a tough-looking man steps forward, requesting a bite. As Christina warmly offers the treats with a smile, reminding everyone to take just one bite each. The tough-looking man, known as the Gourmet George, cautiously accepts the sweet, aware of his reputation for being strict about food. Everyone watches tensely as he inspects and finally takes a bite. His expression unreadable, Christina holds her breath, hoping his judgment will be favorable. Gourmet George is visibly moved by the taste, his face softening with delight as he savors the sweetness wrapped in fragrant pastry. Overwhelmed by the flavor, he admits he's never had anything this good before. Without hesitation, he eagerly orders 4 cream puffs, much to everyone's surprise and joy. As the crowd grows eager, orders pour in with calls for 10 cream puffs and 5 eclairs, surprising Christina. Onlookers marvel at George's rare expression of delight, confirming the treat's exceptional taste. Christina firmly reminds everyone to line up and respect quantity limits to ensure fair distribution and steady business. Determined to let the merchants take over from here, Christina firmly enforces the 5-item purchase limit, politely rejecting pleas for bulk orders despite the growing demand. She efficiently hands out boxes to the customers who have decided to buy, maintaining order with a warm smile. As the day ends, she announces that Fail Shop's sweets are sold out, promising more treats tomorrow. Christina reflects on the overwhelming success of selling out all the sweets on the very first day, admitting she may have pushed a bit too hard. Despite this, she beams with pride, determined to keep up the momentum and sell even more from now on. Christina admits she miscalculated the pace, feeling frustrated that the shop had to close due to no stock just 3 days after opening. She reflects on the unavoidable delay of restocking and wishes for a magical same-day delivery. Suddenly, she hears the sound of a carriage approaching, sparking a glimmer of hope. A distinguished man named Shirley arrives by carriage, greeting Christina with gratitude for her continued support and explaining he's delivering many packages. Christina, excited, warmly welcomes him and quickly assures him she'll store the items in the item box right away. The bustling delivery signals a fresh wave of restocking, bringing hope for the shop's revival. Christina cautiously asks Persona if anyone might try to bypass the official delivery and approach him directly for deals. Persona firmly replies that only the grimoire's contractor, like Shirley of catalog mail order, is authorized for such trades, and only special individuals like Fail-sama could do otherwise. Christina, flustered by his cool voice and mysterious mask, finds his confident pose unexpectedly charming. Christina reveals that distant merchants tried to buy out all her stock, likely to resell at high prices, and pressured her to reveal her supplier and recipe, causing her trouble since she's just a small vendor looked down on by others. Determined to keep moving, she plans to wrap up and head to the next town tomorrow. Shirley acknowledges her resolve and says he'll be ready for her next order there. Shirley explains that catalog mail order has a membership level system where reaching certain purchase thresholds grants exclusive perks, including an additional catalog available after tomorrow. He mentions that Fail-sama's next level unlocks a same-day shipping command for faster delivery. Though the exact benefits at each level remain a secret, Christina is amazed, marveling at the magical nature of Shirley's grimoire. Fail-sama reacts with a mix of frustration and surprise as Shirley confidently affirms his point once again. Meanwhile, the carriage departs with a promise to fulfill her next order, and Christina cheerfully announces that they're sold out for the day, encouraging everyone to return when they come back to Merca Valley. With determination, she rallies herself to head back to the stall and tackle the final day of sales. As the crowd bids her a heartfelt farewell, Chris-chan feels the bittersweet weight of parting. Knowing even brief goodbyes can be lonely, she begins packing up her stall, her gaze drawn to the crest on the departing carriage, recognizing it as the emblem of the Lord of Shatterized territory. A composed woman named Rosemary introduces herself as the first butler of the Shatterized family. Requesting Fail-sama's attention, Chris-chan looks on, surprised and slightly uneasy, clutching Shirley's grimoire tightly. The sudden arrival of this cool and elegant visitor hints at an urgent matter tied to the Shatterized territory.